Hello, everyone. Very good evening to everybody who's from India. I know a couple of you are not, so a very good morning, good afternoon, wherever you guys are from. A very, very warm welcome to our webinar today at ResellerClub. We're thrilled to have you guys here, and honestly, thank you so much for taking the time and joining us today on our webinar. I'm Simran Talreja. I've been with ResellerClub for over 11 years now. Yes, it's been a pretty long time. And my team and I have mostly been focused on our platform, enhancing it by adding more features, adding more tools for you guys to run your business more smoothly, also integrating new products into the system. New products like G Suite or SSL certificates, anything that's adding value to your portfolio and helping you take more products, a larger variety of products out to your clients. So unfortunately, we couldn't meet in person, because of whatever the existing pandemic and the lockdown situations, etc. But we're still happy to be doing this virtually. But given that, our format of interaction is a little different this time, let's actually take a minute to just familiarize ourselves with our tool. And definitely, let's make the session interactive. So if you look at your go-to webinar panel, you will see that you have a few controls that you can use at any point in time during this webinar. So especially feel free to use the raise your hand gesture in case you want any attention from me or the staff, the webinar organizers. Please feel free to use this control at any time. More importantly, please feel free to ask a question, right? So you have that facility as well as an attendee. At any point during this webinar, do feel free to ask away, type out your questions, and we'll take those right at the end of the webinar. A few of you are probably logging in from your mobile devices. And in that case, you will find these controls at the top of your screens. So again, please feel free to use them. We'd love to make this as interactive as we possibly can, even though this is virtual and not in person. All right, so let's actually give this a shot. If all of you guys can hear me clearly and see my screen, please do raise your hands and let me know that you can actually see me and hear me properly. Okay, thank you, Abhay. Thank you, Arfin. Awesome, I can see a lot of you guys. Thank you, Gaurang. All right, so I hope everyone else who's not raised their hands can also see me and hear me clearly. On that note, let's dive right into it. So before I get started, right, I wanted to share an interesting perspective. I'm sure many of you share it too, but I definitely do want to convey this to all of you guys. In my time with ResellerClub, which is now over the past 11 years, I have had the good fortune of interacting with a lot of you in person. Many of you are web designers, web developers. We like to call you guys web professionals, web pros for short. And rightly so, because this space, the internet space, the technology space has grown so much and it has changed our lives in so many ways. More so in these last 10 years, the acceleration with technology, internet penetration, especially in India, has grown so much that now more than ever, more and more businesses, they are micro businesses, they could be small, medium enterprises. Everybody is gravitating towards this online channel to unlock growth and really scale their businesses, right? And for all of us, we've kind of been in the thick of that action. Over the last 10 years, with the internet growing the way it has, we have been in the middle of facilitating the shift where small, medium, micro enterprises can actually embrace technology adopt technology within their businesses and really unlock more channels to sell their products, to speak to their customers, and to really grow their businesses. And in my conversations, a lot of you have actually explained to me the kind of projects that you work with your clients, and be it just giving them a static website to have a basic web presence, or setting up an e-commerce site, very dynamic, which actually helps them sell their products to a client, or even actually building software or applications which help your clients digitize or processify some part of their operational business. So I've heard a lot from all of you, even, in terms of digital marketing, and you all do so much, and you all have been so instrumental in helping, the masses, the big companies and businesses of India, and also the world, actually adopt technology and come online. So I feel really fortunate to be amongst you guys today, and we've done a lot of good work in these past years, and we'll continue to do a lot more now more than ever in the COVID scenario, where a lot of small businesses have shut down. They practically cannot work offline. The online channel, the internet, is actually helping them stay afloat and continue selling their products and services to their clients. So great space to be in. I have personally enjoyed working with a lot of you, as well as building products and platforms for all of you. And on that note, while as web professionals, we are really helping our clients to grow, and a very big part of growing their business also comes from them streamlining their operations. This is something that I would actually like to touch upon today with all of you, and see how we all can actually work like a pro in running our business, right? For all of you out there who are super busy, I know I have met all of you, and there hasn't been a single meeting, face-to-face interaction, where you guys have not been bombarded with a client's call or some team member coming in to ask you guys questions. I know that you guys are really busy, but that's where we come in, and that's where Reseller Club's effort is to actually help take off some operational overheads for you guys and give you guys an amazing platform that just helps you streamline your business, right? So we're going to talk a little bit today about our the WebPro panel that we've been working on, as well as our mobile app. But before we get started, I actually want to hear from you guys. Let's take about 60 seconds to think about this question. That what are your biggest pain points in running your web agency? When you sit back and think about your day-to-day operations, or just the way you're interacting with your clients and running your business, what really stands out as your biggest pain points, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually launch a poll. You guys should see this question on your screens. We've put down 4 options here to keep it simple, but if there are others which y'all think are quite important in terms of calling out as a pain point, please feel free to type it out. And that would be a very helpful input as well. So let's take about 60 seconds. I can see a lot of you guys are already putting in your answers. Awesome. I can see a lot of answers coming in. All right, a few of you haven't still voted. Let's take about 30 more seconds and think about what you would say is your biggest pain point. All right, almost all of you have finished giving me an answer. Okay, so I'm going to leave this on for a few more seconds till everybody finishes. But I'll quickly start talking about how this is shaping up, right? Almost 30% of you have said that collaborating with clients is a big pain point. Getting content, yes, we've heard that a lot, where clients delay or they don't know what content or images they should be using on their websites. A whole lot of you are actually saying that using multiple tools and systems is a bit of an overhead. Completely understand that. A few of you have also said that invoicing your clients and getting paid on time is a problem, as well as finding and retaining good talent. So I'm closing this poll now. It's stabilized the numbers. And let me actually share these results. So here is what all of you are saying. The first two are actually tied pretty closely. Collaborating with clients, getting content on time, big problem, touches you every single day, right? I'm sure. Also using multiple tools and systems to manage everything. This is interesting. When I look at you guys, you'll have, your offices are so busy. I've literally seen sticky notes for usernames and passwords on your monitors. So I can understand that you'll have multiple systems, multiple panels to log into, and that can in itself be an everyday overhead, which we can easily avoid. Invoicing, getting payments, collecting payments, 16% of you have spoken about that. And finally, finding and retaining good talent. We used to hear this a lot in the past, where we used to hear web pros complaining about getting good technical talent and actually retaining them was a problem. But I can see that this number at 18% is not the biggest pain point. So great. This information really helps us. These inputs really help us. And given that one of your biggest pain points is actually using multiple systems, we're going to look at our WebPro panel a little bit today, and hopefully some of this we can actually solve. We also want to showcase our mobile app for those of you who might not have used it already. We'd love to show you what we've been working on. So while you guys are running your businesses, we are kind of focused on giving you the best tools possible to streamline your business. Let me actually hop over to our properties. A lot of you might actually be familiar with this panel. This has been our system for a really long time. The system was honestly built like 20 years back. And it's very feature rich. It's extremely holistic in the features and functionality it offers. A lot of you might actually know this system by the name of OrderBox. But of late, as we've been interacting with more and more of you, we have started actually rethinking and reimagining our platform to make it more conducive to the way you work and your needs and requirements. And this is where we have launched our WebPro panel, and we call it the WebPro panel because it's very much targeted and built for you guys. You guys who are managing your web agencies, managing multiple clients and websites, and also billing your clients. So here is a panel that we have designed from scratch a couple of years back, and we're still working on it. This is by no means a complete product. We still have a lot of ideas that we want to bring out on this panel. But to begin with, what we've started tackling is the basics of how you interact with us and what you need to get done on a day-to-day basis, right? So that typically boils down to, three things really. One is the orders that you have to manage. These could be domain names, hosting packages, email packages, etc. Your clients, your customers who you deal with, and these kind of form your portfolio, your business portfolio. I'll talk a little bit about billing as well. This is something new that we've introduced, and we'll spend some time on it. But these in our minds are the building blocks, these basic components that we want you to be able to manage really easily with minimum effort and least time spent. So when you log into our WebPro panel, the first thing that you see is a list of your most recent products that you have bought with us. The thought here is that the moment you buy something, you want to be able to manage it, right? So if you, let's say if you buy a domain name, you want to log in here and you want to like quickly set up your name servers, or you want to edit contact details, or you want to buy privacy protection, right? So for each of these products, we have also added a few shortcuts, right? So if you have a hosting package with us, you can just simply use a shortcut here and log in to the cPanel, right? And while that's loading, we can look at the others. You have, quick retrieval of your name servers. You can take these name servers, you can easily copy them and use them for, pointing domains to this hosting package. You can also, do quick management actions on your email packages, your domain names, and, just like that, you have shortcuts that are handy and quick to get you going with your new purchases with us. Similarly, we also know that a lot of you log in to check what orders are expiring, which customers you need to follow up with. We do know that, not all customers, even though they do receive renewal reminders from the system automatically, they may not pay attention to it. And typically you guys have to call them up and tell them, hey, your order is going to expire. You can make a payment and, you guys go ahead and renew it for them. So this is a view which actually helps you keep track of what's expiring in the next 30 days, which customers you need to follow up with, etc. And you can even pick up the phone and call them really easily. So here is a dashboard that is built to make you a little bit more efficient. We also have a search bar which we call the Omni search bar, because this is like a quick lightning search where you can go back to the most recent products that you searched for, or even the clients that you searched for. But also you can type in a client's name or a product that you're trying to manage, and it will directly take you to that view. So now that we're on the client view, here is a list of all your customers that you can manage. Of course, this is a test account, so there's a lot of gibberish on this. Please excuse that. But here you have a list of all your clients. You have their details really handy, and you know how many orders each one of them have. You can also filter this list to see which orders might be suspended, and these might be suspended either because they've expired or you have manually gone ahead and suspended them. So this is a quick filtered view. At any point in time, you can also download this list. Maybe you want to pass it on to some team member of yours. So we've kept those things in mind while designing some of these aspects. And in terms of your orders, here you have a list of all your orders. You can see the ones that are expiring, expired, and also the ones that are set to auto renewal. When it comes to actually managing your orders, we have tried to really, spruce up the way we show you the management activities. So for every domain name or for every website that you are managing, it's very easy to keep track of what products are on this particular site. So here we have two. We have a multi-domain hosting package, as well as we have a business email. It's also really easy to assign a customer. So let's say you bought this product and you want to later on assign it to a customer. Here you can create a new customer's account, or you can also select from your existing customers and just assign this order to them. And that's it. It's as simple as that. Here you can see your client's name has popped up. And here you have quick access to all the controls you need to manage your hosting account, your business email. You also have a quick overview of how many email accounts you've configured. You can quickly go ahead and create a new email account in really 3 easy steps. And here we have a really quick way for you to manage your email. This is something we hear you guys do a lot. And also we do hear that these are things that you need to share either with your client or with somebody in your team. And we've made that easy as well. You can simply just copy paste these details and shoot it out on an email to your client. Similarly, we have a lot of other actions here where you can directly go into the admin panels. You know, all the controls that you need are neatly laid out for you here. At a glance, you can see how many dedicated IPs you want. And you can also quickly add an IP. We'll actually look at how payments and renewals and adding add-ons actually works. But I want to draw your attention to this part of the panel also. We have taken some effort to actually showcase the latest activities that are performed on any given order. So at a glance, you know, in case you have a situation where your customers called you and said that, hey, my website is not working, or my email is down, or my site is not resolving, you can very easily, you know, search for that order. So let's say you have a domain name called birdgazing.com, right? You can come here, you can check if your name servers are set correctly. So this information is available at a glance. Or you can also see if there were other activities performed on this order that might have caused an issue, right? You also have the order history tab here, which will actually show you the entire list of actions and transactions that were performed on this order. So this is a timeline view of what actions were performed, when were they performed, and you can easily use this view to kind of drill down to what happened and, you know, troubleshoot really easily. You also have your transactions. So all the payments that you have made on this order, you can look at those here. And you can also, you know, we know that a lot of you bill your clients a little bit later. And, you know, this view kind of helps you calibrate how much you have spent on this order, and accordingly you can raise an invoice to your client as well. So here is, you know, how order management works. Also, let's look at how payments work. So a lot of you who are already used to working with our system, you all might be aware that we have a little wallet that you can use to, you know, what we were talking about earlier was the fact that some of you are probably familiar with maintaining funds in your old panel. But in the new experience, what we have tried to do is also move a little away from that. While you do have the option to maintain funds, and you know that is certainly more convenient, what you can also do is simply pay us online. If you don't want to maintain funds in your wallet, you can also just use a payment gateway and use your debit card or your credit card or even net banking options. We do have those for our Indian audience. So, you know, I'm not going to continue on this because we can actually move on to the next piece that I'm very excited to show you guys. But yeah, in short, you can either make a payment or use your funds, whatever works for you. The system is quite flexible, and you can use it how you want. Before I actually go to invoicing, what we also recently launched is this section, which we call My Shop. For those of you who have used our older panel, you all might have at least set your pricing once in your lifetime with us. And right now we offer so many different kinds of products. We have domains, we have different kinds of email hosting, we have a bunch of different shared hosting services, servers, backups, and security products. It can be quite tedious to set prices and offer these products really easily to all of your customers. So what we've actually gone ahead and done here is allowed a really simple way for you to do this, right? All you need to do is enter a profit margin. You can set your prices in one shot for all your products, right? So just by entering let's say 20% of a margin here, all your prices have been updated for all of your products. And that doesn't mean that you can't control your pricing at a more granular level. If you drill down one level further, so let's say we go into the domain registration product, here you can see a list of all your domain names. You might want to just come here and refer to your pricing. And in that case, we give you this detailed view where you can look at your add, renew, transfer pricing. You can also see what your cost price is, how much profit you're making, and finally, what is your selling price. We know there are moments where your customers might, negotiate with you, and you need to quickly refer to your pricing list. So here is a simple view where you can see your prices, and also a detailed view where you get a breakup of what your cost price is. In fact, you can also see this with the tax. Right now, this is a test account, so there's no tax applied on it. But the tax that ResellerClub charges you, you can see that as a breakup, and your total cost price, you can refer to that here. And similarly, with a lot of products, we do offer add-ons. So here you can see all your add-ons. You can also manage the prices of these add-ons here. So for example, privacy protection is a paid add-on. You can simply come here and set up your margin and set your selling prices really easily. Now, this is a pricing engine, which again is extremely powerful. For all of your products, you have just the amount of control that you want. If you just want to apply a blanket profit margin, you can do that from here. If you want to control your pricing at a more granular level, you can do that at a plan level and also at a tenure level. So how you want to offer these products, how you want to bill your clients, the prices that you want to charge, you can easily set all of those here along with the add-ons. And further, what we have also introduced here is this section that we love to call the Pro Suite. Right now, this is again a section that we designed to help you use our inbuilt modules like a customer panel, or even invoices. This is something new that we've launched, and we're going to dive into that very soon. Some of you don't want to use the system, but you want to provision orders or renew orders via API. You can do that from here. And, along with your pricing, you also get a fully ready-made Supersite. And this is where you can actually customize it, add your own branding, decide what URL you want to show up here. You can add your logo. We just saw how you can set your own pricing, and you can also customize the layout of your Supersite. So to give you guys a sense, this is a bare bones Supersite. It's a template Supersite, which you have access to in terms of the CSS files, the HTML files. You can turn around your Supersite in the way you want to, change the look and feel completely. You can add your logo up here. What the Supersite also has is a lot of ready-made pages with all the products that we offer, right? So it's a really fast way to get you going in terms of reselling more products and offering a whole marketplace, to your clients. I can show you some of the inner pages to give you a sense of, how we've constructed them. So these are ready-made pages with marketing content. The pricing that you have set is automatically reflected here. The good points of these products are all, neatly laid out. So if any of your clients need to check out what products you offer, you can simply give them your Supersite, your branded Supersite URL, and they can come here and browse, and they can also go ahead and place orders with you. So this is a sneak peek at our ready-made storefront. Like I said, you can customize the storefront really easily. This is a preset URL, but you can easily change it. You can either just, change the prefix here. So I'm going to be narcissistic and say, okay, I want Simran to be my prefix. And that actually changes your Supersite URL. Or you can go ahead and use your own domain name. You'll have to set up a few A records that actually point to our Supersite instance and share those URLs with your clients. You can also completely edit the HTML, CSS, the images of your Supersite from a different admin panel that allows you to do that. So with your pricing engine as well as the Supersite, we make it really easy for you to take a bunch of products out to your clients and set up your reselling business very easily. But coming back to the Pro Suite, one thing that I was very excited to show you guys is this module that we've launched recently, which we call the Pro Invoices module. And actually, before I jump into this, let me actually ask you guys that what are the tools that you use to bill your clients, right? We've heard a variety of answers from you guys, but I'm going to launch one more poll, and let's take about 60 seconds. You guys should be able to see this on your screens right now. Tell us how you use what tools do you use rather to actually bill your clients? We have 4 options here, but if there's others that you use, again, please feel free to type them out. I can see a lot of votes coming in. Awesome. Let's give people a few more seconds. These results are quite interesting. Okay, I can see a lot more votes coming in. Wow. Just a few more people to go. Come on, guys. Please give us your answers. All right, I'm not closing the poll, but the numbers have stabilized. So let's actually look at this together. So 36% of you are saying that you all simply use Excel and Word docs, which is totally fine. This is actually how we've heard most of the WebPro stock. There are a few of you who are actually using more sophisticated tools like Zoho and QuickBooks. These are extremely feature rich and actually also do a lot more than just invoicing. Tally 9%, and a surprising 38% of you have actually built your own custom software. So this is great, okay? 36% of you have said Excel and Word doc, and another 38%, which is the majority, have said that you all had to build your own custom software. Now, this is exactly what we actually wanted to solve for in terms of this answer that I have built my own custom software was a little baffling to us, and we said that why can't invoicing be so simple, right? So that's the thought behind us actually building this new module that we call Pro Invoices. And the first thing that we've tried to solve here is actually come up with good looking professional templates for your invoice. We've seen a bunch of invoices that web pros have sent to their clients, and in our opinion, they do look a little outdated or very bare bones, but we want you to look like a pro to your client, and hence we have a few options for you. We hope that these are slightly more good looking and more professional than what you are probably using right now. A lot of tools out there, even the free invoicing tools, don't have very great looking invoices, So here we have a few templates for you. You can choose the template that you want. You can go with a really simple black and white template if that suits you. You want to add some color, you can do that. And then you have a bunch of these options here where you can add your logo, and you can also match the colors to your logo. So here are a few ready swatches that you can quickly use. You can upload your own logo. Right now, we've just taken the name of the company, which is on your reseller account, and we just put that here. But if you actually have a logo, you can upload that, and that will start showcasing on your invoices to your clients. You can edit your details in terms of your place of work and your company address. For a lot of you who have tax IDs and y'all want to showcase that, especially like GST IDs, you can easily add that here as well. And finally, we have this section where you can add your payment details. So if you are used to collecting payments from your customers offline or via bank transfer, you can simply come and enter them here, and they will, just show up in this section at the bottom of the invoice. So let me actually go ahead and enter some details. And these are all gibberish, of course, but just to show you guys that, this is where it appears at the bottom of your invoice. And this is your invoice template. So every time you want to bill your client, you can, you don't need to enter these details again and again. This is your template. And now we can go ahead and actually create an invoice, right? So let's say you want to bill an existing customer. Okay, we'll go with Ashutosh. And here you have an invoice. So like you can see, it automatically fetches Ashutosh's details and shows them up here. On this invoice, you can actually bill for anything. So these could be your design services, your development services, content writing, anything that you want. So I'm gonna pretend like we have a site here for which I want to bill Ashutosh for the design that I have done. Similarly, I can actually add more line items, and maybe I did some content writing, or even I know a lot of you guys actually do like photo shoots for catalogs, etc. So you can add anything here that you want to bill your client. And here we have some automatic fields that pop up depending on where your client is and where you are. So assuming you're from India and your client is also from India, you can actually enter your GST details. Again, I'm going to enter gibberish here because I don't actually have these details. But here you have GST also, which is kind of preset. So you don't have to, enter these details over and over again, but you can simply just pick from a list, and depending on the category of the product or service that you're billing your client for, you can select at what rate of GST you want to charge them. And then finally, we can enter some amounts, whatever you feel like charging, whatever your prices are. You can actually also enter man hours. A lot of you do charge at an hourly rate, so that flexibility is also available to you here. Now, we do know that there are many times where you guys do have to give discounts. So here is where you can actually capture a discount that you have given. So let's say you charged a client 20% less than what you would normally charge. You can actually reflect that here, and it's going to show up on your subtotals. A lot of you also ask for an advance payment. So if your client has already given you some money, you can also record that here. So let's say you collected $300 already. So like you can see, it shows up here as already paid, and this is the final total that's due. The details that we entered here in terms of the bank details are also visible. And finally, you can actually set a due date, right? By when do you want your client to make a payment? So this is your invoice, which is ready with all the details, your client's details, the descriptions that you have added, the discount that you have given, the GST details here, as well as any money that you've already collected. And here you can simply, enter a note for, your client, and you can send it out as an email to them. So the system will automatically send it out as an email. And here we go. Your invoice has been emailed to your client Ashutosh, and it's going to pop up on this list of all your invoices. So here is where you can actually keep a track of all the invoices that you have raised on your clients. And you can also see how many of them are pending. You can see details of other services that you have actually billed on these invoices. And as and when you receive money, you can either keep recording cart payments, you can keep entering, an amount that you receive, because we do know that a lot of you do take payments in installments. And here we're going to keep updating these details. And you can also obviously mark it as fully paid. So as soon as you've received the entire amount from your client, you can just go ahead and mark it as paid. We put a stamp here which says that this invoice is paid, and you can also go ahead, download this invoice, print the invoice, and also send it off to your client again. So here is where you can keep track of your invoices. You can bill your clients for anything. It does not have to be restricted to the products that you buy from us. And you can also keep your eyes on how many of your invoices are overdue, which clients do they belong to, which clients do you need to follow up with, as well as see how many are unpaid. Of course, here we have some quick stats for you where you can see how much money you've collected in total, how much is pending, and how much is already overdue. So again, this is something which is just the very first version of an invoicing module. We do want to add a lot more to it and bring you a lot more functionality within this tool itself. But just to begin with, this is something that's simple, easy to use, professional looking. It is flexible to some extent, and you can also consolidate your entire business into one platform where you can keep your eyes on your orders, your customers, as well as your invoices. So this is, mostly how our WebPro panel is shaping up. And just to sum it up, we do have actually more coming up on the WebPro panel. Very soon, we're going to be launching payment gateways, so you can actually collect payments online from your clients. Today, a lot of you are collecting these payments offline, but this functionality does exist in our old panel, and we're slowly bringing all the goodness of the old panel to the new panel as well. So very soon you will see payment gateways as an option where you can just easily set them up and start showcasing these payment options to your clients, and they can easily pay you online. We haven't just stopped at the panel. I also want to show you guys the mobile app that we've been working on. Again, this is something that we just started a couple of years back. And quite recently, this is a prototype, but it will give you guys a good gist of how this app actually works. Quite recently, we actually made a huge improvement to the app. A lot of you might have already downloaded the app and used it off the Apple App Store or the Android Play Store. If you haven't, then please do that right away. We'd love for you to use it and give us your feedback. But at a high level, at a gist, what you can do with this mobile app is essentially take your business where you go, right? You have a list of all your orders here. At a glance, you can see if you have anything that's expiring or already expired. We do know that a lot of you are on the move, and you'll do pick up the phone, call your clients, and remind them. So you can use the app to access this information really easily. And you can also buy a domain. You want to book a domain on the spot for a client that you just met, or even if you just want to check availability of a few domain names, you can do that from this app. And finally, you can see what is new, what promos we are running, what deals are going on at ResellerClub. Just keep up with those things. So let's actually look at here. You can come here. You can actually start searching for an order, and it's going to show you a list of all your orders here. So let's say you want to go ahead and manage this particular domain name, right? Here you have a view where you can see the vital information of these orders, the domain name, what product it is, which client does it actually belong to. In case you need to call us or you need any troubleshooting help from us, you can just quickly access the order ID and provide it to us. And also you can see information on when this order is going to expire, what is the selling price, and your cost price in case you want to quote a price to your customer, and also go ahead and renew it from here. But you can also edit your name servers of your domain names. So it's very easy for you to see what the name servers are. You can edit any of these name servers, or you can also go ahead and actually type in a new name server and add it here. Right? So this is how you can manage your domain names. You can also keep an eye on the orders which have already expired. So you can check the ones that have expired, the ones that are going to expire in a month, which customers do they belong to, and the pricing details, etc. And you can also basically bulk renew them from here itself. So, if you could multi-select a few options here and just renew them in one go. And also buying a domain is really easy, right? So here you have a few of your recent searches, just in case you want to go back to your last search, you got a confirmation from your client as to what option they want to go with. You can just quickly come here and revisit that. But here you can also type in something new and check if that domain is actually available, what other options you have. So here is a list of all available domains. If you are in front of a client, you can also use this handy control where it just hides your cost prices, and you can just simply show your phone to a client and help them see what options are available and make a selection. But if you need to refer to your cost price, it's right here. And just making a purchase is very easy. Just add it to the cart, and here you have three options. You can either buy it for a new customer, an existing one, or yourself. And just placing an order is super simple. So here we go. This is kind of the gist of our the mobile app. A couple of other things before we dive into Q&A. We have a few more functionalities here, like you can check your account balance. You can also go ahead and top up your wallet from here itself. So you don't run out of funds. You can quickly top it up on the go. And you can also always reach us. We have our details mentioned here in case you need to call us. And very soon we'll also have a chat option. So if you haven't already downloaded our mobile app, please do so. It's available on the Apple App Store as well as on the Android Play Store. And we have a lot more coming up on the mobile app as well. We have email management. Right now we are offering only domains that you can manage, but very soon you'll also be able to manage your email hosting packages, where you can create your email IDs for your clients. You can also reset their passwords. We hear that that's something that you guys keep doing a lot. And you can also share the credentials with them over WhatsApp or text, or something really easily from the mobile app itself. Similarly, with hosting packages, you can get their name server information, you can share cPanel details, and finally, you can easily chat with our support team. We actually did have this system enabled on the app, but we're moving systems and we've kind of temporarily disabled it, but this is going to be back up very soon. So with the app, you can actually keep up with your orders and keep up with your renewals, and also chat with us very soon. So here you have it. This is our effort to help you run your business like a pro, streamline everything, your clients, your websites, your invoices, your orders, one system, one-stop shop, everything you need in one panel. Also, you can quickly set up your storefront, set your pricing, resell more products from us really easily. We've actually simplified those a lot more. you can offer your clients a really neat panel. You can put your branding on your super site, on your customers panel, etc. We do know that a lot of your customers want to know that these orders belong to them and they have control on it, while you guys might be practically managing it for them. But it's always good to let them know that, you know, they have a panel where they can log in, and it's a nice, neat, spruced up panel where you know, your branding is always available to them. And finally, you can take your business where you go with our mobile app. So here is, you know, our platform and all the changes that we're making to it. Again, this is by no means complete. We still have a lot more to offer, and we're still working on a lot of new things that you will see through 2021. But yeah, I'm going to stop here, and I'm actually going to pause and see if there are any questions that have come in. Okay, wow, there's a lot of questions that have come in. All right, let's see how many we can actually answer. But if we can't get down to all of them, we'll obviously email you guys with the answers. So Abhay has actually given us a suggestion, which we really appreciate. Please tell us what new features you all would require on the mobile app as well as on the panel, and we'd love to actually incorporate and offer those to you. So Abhay has spoken about WordPress plugins, updating those, and managing digital marketing as well. Abhay, we probably will get in touch with you offline and understand a little bit more about you know, what these requirements are. I'm just glancing through a lot of these questions. Are you accepting Google payments? I don't believe yet. And by this, I assume you mean GPay, Google Pay. No, we don't have that yet, and that's a great suggestion. We can go back and look at it and try and bring it to you guys. I would love to see dark theme in WebPro Panel. Okay, that's a fun suggestion. Thank you, Harshit. We have taken that into account as well. Okay, wow, there's one question in Spanish, which I'm sorry I don't understand, but I'm going to use Google Translate and come back with an answer to you, Rodrigo. What is the name of the app? It's called ResellerClub. If you just go to the App Store and type in ResellerClub, you will be able to see the app and simply just, you know, go ahead and download it. Edgar, hello, thank you for the WebPro panel. It's great. Where can this update be available for Brazilian resellers? So the WebPro panel is available for everybody. For Brazil, actually the non-English speaking countries, we are working a little bit on the translations. We want to bring you the interface in the language that you are more comfortable with. But Edmar, if you are comfortable with English, we can get you onto the WebPro panel immediately. So, you know, do leave us your RID and we'll make sure to move you to the WebPro panel. I'm just glancing through a few more questions. Is the WebPro panel available in French? Not yet, Samir. Samir Arkam has asked this question. We are working on translations, and very soon we will have the panel in Spanish, French, Indonesian, and Turkish. Those are the languages that we hope to bring out very soon. Okay, Preetham has asked, please consider sharing or developing WHMCS modules for ResellerClub products. Preetham, if you are using WHMCS, we actually have a bunch of modules already available there. You can actually go ahead and search for ResellerClub modules, and you will be able to just plug and play and, you know, use our system via the WHMCS system actually. Okay. Preetham again has given a pretty long feature request on the profit margin setting. Can you consider a toggle option to see price without GST? Okay, that's a valid request. And Preetham, we'll definitely see how we can incorporate that. I'm gonna spend just a couple more minutes on a few more questions. How do we manage sub resellers? Farhan Kazi has asked this question. Farhan, right now the new panel does not have that functionality yet, but we will be adding it in the coming year. So if you are big on sub resellers, then in the coming year you should be able to move to the WebPro panel. But until then, the old panel is very much alive, and you can continue interacting with us and running your business as you do on the old panel as well. The WebPro panel, by the way, is very much live right now. It's open to a limited audience. We are the new signups that we get on ResellerClub automatically get the WebPro panel, and a bunch of the old clients that we already have who don't use features like sub resellers, all of them can use the WebPro panel. In fact, a lot of them are already on the WebPro panel. But if any of you like what you see and are keen to move, then please do drop your details and we'll make sure that we actually move you over. A couple of you have actually asked about sub resellers, and a lot of you have asked when can we access the WebPro panel. So to all of you, I request, please drop your RIDs. It's private, only we can see those details. So we'll make sure that we actually reach out to you after this webinar and move you to the new system. All right, can we top up using UPI to save on additional charges? This is a question that Parsuram has asked. This is a very interesting question because I know a lot of you do top up your wallets with us. We actually, for the Indian audience, we do have an option of NEFT. It's auto NEFT. It's a really simple way that you can top up your balance with us. From your mobile banking app. You don't even need to log into our panel and add funds or even create a ticket with our billing team. You can just simply use your mobile banking app and just transfer money to a ID that you can fetch from our system. And whenever you want to top up, you can just simply do an NEFT and it instantly shows up in your balance. You don't have to wait till that money gets credited to your wallet. So if you haven't used that option, the Indian resellers at least, do make sure that you go ahead and give it a spin. Okay, payment gateways for customers is very useful, and let us know how to collect payment into my funds. Okay, so our thought with payment gateways was to allow you to plug your merchant account into the gateway that we offer. So while many of you already might have an account with PayPal or CC Avenue or PayU, you can just simply come here, enter your credentials and start collecting payments. The money gets credited directly into your merchant account and thereby your bank account. And you can obviously, withdraw it whenever you want. But this suggestion of depositing it into your funds is an interesting one. It's come from Mohammed. And we will, take it into account, think about how we can actually facilitate that and provide this functionality to you. So there are actually a lot more questions. I'll stop here. We're already kind of over time. But, thank you so much for being with us today. We're really happy that you guys could take out the time and join us on our webinar today. And we have a lot more coming. Honestly, we have a lot more planned and things that you will see rolling out in 2021 as well. So please keep up with us on Twitter, and you can also follow ResellerClub or me. My handle is @awesome. So yeah, feel free to follow us, and thank you again for joining us today. Take care, everybody, and we will be getting back to all of you offline on all the questions that have come in. So I am going to